Alternates, please also state your name if you are attending on behalf of a TPA board representative. Steve Wilson. Yvette Drucker. Here. Fran Nacklis. Here. Angela Cruz. Here. Rob Long.
Here.
Chuck Shaw. Jim Koretsky is excused. Ronaldo Diaz.
Here.
Joni Brinkman.
Here.
DeAndre Poole.
Present.
Greg Wise.
Here.
Marcy Woodward.
Here. And Fritz.
Sarah Baxter. Here. Mac Bernard.
Here.
Shirley Lanier. Fred Pinto is excused. Michael Napoleon.
Here.
Christy Fox. Joseph Paduzzi.
Shalonda Warren here for Joseph Paduzzi.
Maria Marino.
Here.
Chelsea Reed.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
Thanks so much, Ruth. All right, if you all will please join us, we've asked Vice Mayor Marino to lead us in our pledge as well as our invocation.
Morning, thank you. Please bow your heads with me and let us pray silently together. Each one of us according to our own beliefs. Let us offer thanks for the blessing of fellowship around us. Let us be a source of hope for those in need. Let the feelings of love, kindness, and a well-directed yet gentle spirit always be reflected in our actions. And as my mom always says, let's leave the world a better place. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. That was lovely. Let's go ahead. Staff, do we have any modifications to our agenda today as we look to pass the agenda?
No, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you. So I'm looking for a motion to approve our agenda as it is. Baxter, and my second.
Second.
Oh. Woodward with a second. Thank you all so much. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you so much. We also are going to now move on to general public comments. Instructions on how to provide public comments are included in the agenda. Do we have any public comments at the moment?
Yes, Madam Chair. Richard Stove, please proceed to the podium.
All right, thank you.
My name is Richard Stowe, and I live at 414 North Federal Highway in Lake Worth. And I represent the Sierra Club Loxahatchee Group in the energy chair. So I have three things. How much time do I have?
3 minutes, sir.
Okay, let's do a minute for each. First, I'll start with roundabouts. Mississippi DOT and Ole Miss Engineering did a study in 2007 before they installed a pair of roundabouts and after they installed a pair of roundabouts. It was flanking the intersection of Highway 6 by the University in Oxford, Mississippi. They replaced these traffic signals and a four-way and two-way stop sign with those two roundabouts. And the results were a reduction in average delay of 24%, idling 77%. Wasted fuel was reduced by 56%. The reduced vehicle emissions, there was a reduction in CO2 of 56%, a VOCs 80%, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, PM10s 77%, reduced mean speed by 67%, improved level of service and interchanges from level of service F to B or better. They also had a 37.5% decrease in crashes and a 66% decrease in resulting in injury crashes. The reduced comprehensive costs for the project was crashes by 54%, aggregate reductions in wasted travel time, wasted fuel, crash costs resulted in $800,000 annually in savings, and the cost of the project is $1 million. So it's a little over a year in payback.
Okay, you're doing great. You have about 1 more minute, just to give you a heads up.
The second thing is the DOT, FDOT, this year updated its Florida Design Manual, and there's a table on lane widths. That stayed the same, but the requirements for 10-foot lanes were lessened so that now you can have like 10-foot lanes on undivided highway as long as there's no transit, and it's either a very low speed or low speed, which is between 25 and 45. And we have a highway here in Lake Worth, Federal Highway, that's under consideration. That is actually not, it's about to, we're going to resurface that. And we've asked for 10-foot lanes. At the time we asked, it wasn't readily available, but now it is. And we want you to support, take an action to support 10-foot lanes on Federal Highway. The basis of this information about why 10-foot lanes are much safer than 12-foot lanes, by the way.
Your 3 minutes is up.
Okay, should I finish the name of the
Just,
study?
Summarize the thought, and then we can also help you with some places you can send some of the information, so it will make sure to go to the right folks as well. But if you could just finish up, we'd appreciate it. Thank you.
The study, the first comprehensive study on this done at the University of Utah and the Johns Hopkins is called a National Investigation of the Impacts of Lane Width on Traffic Safety, Narrowing Traffic Lanes as an Opportunity to Promote Biking and Pedestrian Facilities within Existing Roadway Infrastructure. Is published in November 2023.
Thank you.
So-
We always like the references and the data, and we appreciate you coming. One of the things that you may want to also do is on the TPA website, there's a comment map. It's an interactive comment map, and you just go to the TPA website and what's the section it's under, Melissa? Resources, thank you. And so you can actually put on the GIS map a pin on the area with the information to make sure it goes to the proper roadway owner and the people making the decisions for that area specifically. So I would encourage you to do that. Does anyone else have any comments or responses?
Thank you for your comments. I also wanted to mention, we do have the comment map cards. So we encourage everyone to provide pins on where you have suggestions, and we relay them and look into them. Our public involvement, our public relations director, they may be out already, but if not, she can provide them to you in the entrance.
Thank you very
We
much.
appreciate your time. Thank you for coming. All right, thank you. All right, we're going to move on to chair or member comments. Do we have any members who would like to share anything before we begin? All right, Deputy Mayor Drucker.
Thank you. Good morning. Just wanted to share a quick update that Circuit is finally coming to downtown Boca Raton with optional services coming soon. I think we have about a 5-week goal to implement, but we're really excited. The council approved unanimously last week, and I'm just really excited to bring that to our downtown. And we're going to have some optional services, and we're really excited to partner with Circuit. So wanted to give an update. If you're visiting Boca on Brightline or Tri-Rail, you'll have the option to take Circuit to your nearest destination.
All right, thank you. We're all watching, I think, too. A lot of us are next in line as well. So keep on sharing best practices with us as we go forward. Commissioner Diaz.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that because recently I brought Circuit to Lake Worth Beach as well. And I remember it was a little over a year ago when I first met Alexander and Jason, who were the founders, and it's incredible what they provide, and definitely encourage people to look into it because it's such a good alternative, especially in communities where affordability is an issue. And, transit, it's exciting because I know they're excited that it's last mile is so important, but it's also so much more than that. It's also an ability to provide, like in our community, which has the highest ridership of Tri-Rail. It has a very high percentage of people who don't have access to cars, and it's just such a good alternative and choice. And then one comment I wanted to make as well, for whatever reason, I'm sure some of you have been maybe getting some of this as well, emails and phone calls regarding construction related traffic. And it seems to be a hot topic, and it's covered in media. And kudos to Brian Rusher and the team who have been responding to media and explaining it the situation because it's never easy doing those interviews. So I just wanted to give that that shout out.
All right, thank you so much. We'll move on to Commissioner Fox and then Mayor Napoleon.
Thank you so much. I know that we're going to be talking about the South Florida Rail Tour in our executive director report, but I just wanted to say thank you for planning that. It's really fantastic to be able to see the half penny at work in other counties and to see, to think about what the opportunities might be for us in the coming years. So I appreciate that. And I just wanted to mention, in our last meeting, we had kind of a lengthy discussion about some of the parking issues in downtown West Palm Beach during the boat show. And I did talk to our assistant city administrator about what we could do next year, or if we have any other occasions that are on the horizon, which sort of impact all of us coming here. So there are some opportunities for us to either validate parking in one of our parking garages. Possibly we can talk to the boat show next year in advance about reserving some of the spots right in front of the TPA for a few hours during our meeting. But he just wanted to reiterate that he apologizes on behalf of the city. We don't want all of our neighbors from municipalities coming here and having so much trouble and having to spend all of your dollars on our parking garages. So anyway, that's just an update. If it is going to impact us in any way before the boat show, we'll look into it. But for next year, we can just continue planning our regular schedule and know that we'll have cheap parking. Thank you.
Thank you for your follow-up on that, Mayor Napoleon.
Thank you, Mayor. Wellington is rolling out freebie service starting April 27th. It's gonna be 2 Teslas servicing all of Wellington and the adjacent medical plazas around Wellington, including Palms West. We're sunsetting our senior transportation program. This is gonna replace that. It's still gonna be free. It's gonna be exclusive to seniors when we start, but we plan to roll it out to everyone before the end of the year. So we're excited to do that. I keep asking our people, aren't we doing that too? Because I see Boca's getting all the press, but we're also doing it too. So I was like, how come we're not reading about us doing this? You guys have much better press than we do, apparently. And a lot of us took a field trip last week down to the Miami International Airport on Tri-Rail. And if you've never done it before, which I hadn't, it's a pretty good way to get to the airport. It takes you right into the airport. It saves you driving, saves you parking, saves you hassle. And the Tri-Rail is a pretty nice way to go. So if you have an opportunity to take it to the airport, leave your car at home and take the Tri-Rail.
Okay, great. All right, anything else?
Oh, we're paying for circular with our tax dollars right now. We're already paying for the senior transportation program. This is going to be a little more expensive, but it's going to service a lot more people.
All right, thank you so much. I'm gonna take off my TBA hat for a second and brag about the City of Palm Beach Gardens. So our TOD initiative was published as a case study nationally. So we're pretty excited about that. It's very well presented. If anybody would like a copy of it, let me know and I'll be happy to email it to you. We're really proud and okay, happy to send it. And then in response kind of to what Commissioner Fox was saying, and I think a lot of us are doing this more, I know, Councilmember Naklis took Tri-Rail here today. I myself really enjoyed my Palm Tran ride. I picked it right up at the Gardens Mall and happened to have a lovely co-rider with me. Yash was on the bus as well and got here in no time flat. So the best part, no parking at all. And it was like $2 to get here, right? Or how much was it to get here? I had it on my phone. Yep. So good. Thanks. Yeah, we'll be doing it a lot. And as always, I know a lot of us like to pick each other up on the way in. So let's all keep walking the walk and talking the talk. Go ahead, Maria. Oh, I thought you were. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, it's all good. So. Well, you got to come on the bus with me next time. Okay. So we're going to move on to the executive. No one else has anything they want to share right now. All right. What do we have? Oh, that's right. We have good things. A couple of exciting moments. We have new TPA governing board members. If we could say hello to Deputy Vice Mayor Rob Long. We're so thrilled to have you along here today. You're from Del Racer.
I'm not entirely new because I was the alternate, so it's not that exciting, but it's exciting for me to finally be the guy that gets to come here regularly and be here with all of you. And I'm very excited to serve on the TPA. So thank you for the warm welcome.
We're especially glad to have you. And then we also have Mayor Chuck Shaw has joined us from the city of Green Acres. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. It was on.
If it's red, it's on.
It's good. It's on.
You got it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate being here. I was right in the middle of all of those traffic issues this morning, so.
You're welcome to join us on the bus. And then we're also glad to see Shalonda Warren's here, Commissioner from West Palm, and you're acting as an alternate for Commissioner Paduzzi today. So welcome as well. All right, we're going to move on to the Executive Director's Report.
All right, well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our new board members and those that have moved up from alternate to main rep, and welcome Mayor Chuck Shaw as well and Shalonda. So just a couple updates and recaps. We recently held the Safe Streets and Roads for All roundtable to invite those municipalities who have already been awarded Safe Streets for All grants, and also encourage other municipalities to apply if you haven't already. These are grants that are available right now with planning grants to create Vision Zero action plans. And then once you do that, you're eligible to apply for infrastructure dollars. So great opportunity. We listed the website here so you can see the recordings or share them with your staff, and also visit the website to find more information and apply. Some of our board members mentioned, but I just also want to thank them for participating in our South Florida Rail Tour. A board site visit was one of our strategic plan items. And we plan to continue to provide more of these experiences so that our board members can experience our transportation system regionally and beyond, to learn from best practices and lessons learned. The Miami Intermodal Center was really great to see. Great to see the experience and how smooth it was to take Tri-Rail into the Intermodal Center, but also the whole history of the project. And we are working on a summary of that, the takeaways and everything we learned. And then we rode Metro Rail to downtown to see the new Tri-Rail connection at Miami Central Station with Brightline that recently opened up. So really great connections. It was very smooth and stress-free to ride it, as we saw cars piled up on 995 in traffic. So great experience. And thanks, Mayor Napoleon, for encouraging us to take that ride, since he wanted to experience it, not for his first time riding, taking international travel. But we are also hosting, we hosted a affordable housing symposium here that was organized by the Palm Beach Planning Council, and we're offering our space again and collaborating with them to host a part 2 module on April 26th, next week, Friday. And it's from 8 to 3:30, but I wanted to extend, I did send an email to the board. Our board members, the registration will be waived if you'd like to register, but you have to register by Tuesday, April 23rd, if you are able to make it, and just say pay at door, and we'll let them know that you're one of our board members. Also, the MPOAC Weekend Institute, there's one more training. I know Commissioner Woodward will already went to one, and Councilmember Nachlas is going to be going to the one in May. But if anyone else is interested in attending the MPOAC Weekend Institute, this is an opportunity to learn more about what MPOs do. Also qualifies board members to serve as officers. So if you are interested, just let me know. And Mayor Reed mentioned that she rode the bus. She is a transit champion for Palm Trans Get on the Bus Challenge. We're going to hear more about that challenge later from Palm Tran, but just wanted to remind everyone that Palm Tran is doing a challenge through May, encouraging community leaders and residents to ride Palm Tran, win prizes, and champion trying Palm Tran as a mode of transportation. National Bike Month is coming up next month, so there's going to be more rides, challenges, and things to participate in. And then just a reminder that we're still in the process of updating our long-range transportation plan for Vision 2050. This happens every 5 years, so please continue to stay involved, share with your residents, and provide your input. And I think the other things we mention each time, but we have upcoming conferences listed on our website. TPA newsletter. If you're not signed up, please subscribe to stay in the loop. It's bi-weekly Tuesday newsletter. We also just started a TPA blog, so we're working on the second article to recap Florida Bicycle Month, but the first one was featuring our executive committee. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. And lastly, just continuing to encourage everyone to check out the US DOT Grant Navigator, lots of opportunities for discretionary grants and how to apply online. So thank you, that's all.
All right, great. Do any of our board members have a comment or question regarding the executive director's update just now? Okay, super. Let's move along to our consent agenda. Do we have anything that needs to be removed from the consent agenda before we approve it? All right, seeing none, I look for a motion and a second. All right, Vice Mayor Marino and Deputy Mayor Drucker have firsted and seconded. And if all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. We do not need a roll call for that, correct? Okay, great. Let's move on to our action items. We're going to invite Andrew. Hi, Andrew, our Deputy Director of Programs, to present item A, motion to adopt Amendment 3 to the Transportation Improvement Program, or our TIP.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, everyone. So this is our only action item today. This is the Transportation Improvement Program. That's our 5-year funding of federal and state funds towards transportation products in our county. This is amendment number 3. And with this one, there's actually going to be one project update for the scope and cost, and then 2 new projects. These are all FDOT requests. When is a TIP amendment needed? For this, it's the addition of 2 products within the current fiscal year. And then the other one is a larger product that triggers a cost increase of 20% and $2 million. As a reminder, this only impacts the products in the amendment. So the Transportation Improvement Program as a whole has hundreds of projects. You're only voting on the products that are listed here. The first product is a large interchange reconstruction. This is I-95 at Boynton Beach Boulevard. And what this amendment is doing is adding additional funds to the construction. It's increasing by $6.9 million. And construction is in fiscal year 2025. So this is going from a total product cost of $73 million to around $80 million now. And what the additional funding on this one is going towards for this scope is additional bridge reinforcement. It's also adding wrong way detection on off ramps. So that's actually something that's been going on through a bunch of interchanges throughout 95. It's adding to this project. It's also adding rectangular rapid flashing beacons at the crosswalks for the on-ramps. And then it's also adding additional resurfacing work and the traffic control associated with that resurfacing work. The next one is a new product. This is a product by the FEC in Lake Worth Beach on Lake Avenue. Just doing some crossing rehab work by FEC. And it's $157,000 in fiscal year 2024. So the current fiscal year. And then the last product request is up near North Palm Beach and Lake Park. This is on North Lake Boulevard. And it encompasses Old Dixie Highway intersection as well as 10th Street intersection. The product's at the FEC. And this is a new product for design in fiscal year 2024. So again, the current fiscal year. And what this design is going towards is called advanced signal preemption. And so what this will allow is it's coordination between those 2 signals at Old Dixie Highway and 10th Street. And it's going to provide preemption so that it prevents vehicles from stopping on or near the tracks. So there won't be any queuing when it gets into the railroad crossing. So what this will do is add signals to each approach. So downstream, if you're going to be at 10th Street and the light turns red and it starts to back up there, there's going to be the ability to monitor that queue, and then an additional stop light will turn red before the crossing so that nobody's getting into the crossing and queuing in there. It is important to note for this that at the same time this is being proposed here, there is also the supplemental safety measures occurring at multiple locations, railroad locations in North County that is going towards quiet zone implementation. This is a separate product overall. So there's still another product happening at this FEC crossing when it comes to providing the quad gates. So this is a separate one overall. This is signal preemption. Okay. She just stepped out, but this is my last slide, and if I can take any questions.
Me the gavel, and I see no cards up. Whoops. Oh, sorry, Greg. Oh, you're the new me? Okay.
Thank
Commissioner White.
you. The advanced signalization is music to my ears to hear that that's being pursued. Is there any discussion of doing that at some of the other crossings where we have traffic that queues up on the tracks, or do you know if they're looking at?
Mm-hmm. I've heard from county engineering that there has been discussions on that. There might be discussions at FDOT level. We actually have some of the product managers online. And so if you don't mind, we can refer to them.
Oh, it'd be great. Thank you.
Ruth, I don't know if you have a few there that would like to answer that. So the question is there any other locations throughout the county that they're looking into this advanced signal preemption?
All right, anything else? Any other questions, comments?
Hello, good morning.
Okay, great. Sorry, hello.
Hi, good morning. My name is Ana Quero. I'm the Rail Administration Manager for District 4. And certainly there are other locations that we are considering for improvements as part of the addition of the second track along FEC rail corridor. There is a traffic study that has been completed and done by the department and handed to the county, Palm Beach County, and we are currently working along with the county in reviewing the efforts that needs to be done multiple intersections that have been impacted by the widening of the crossing, and especially on those that are being impacted for the reduction of the distance on a signalized intersection. So additional efforts to be done on this matter. It will be a joint inspection between Brightline, FEC, county, and roadway owners that are at those intersections that are being currently identified.
Thank you, Anna. If you could stay on for a moment here with Andrew, we do have a public comment just in case we have any other questions.
They just lowered their hand, so they may not have a comment anymore.
If you're out there and you have a public comment, you've reached out to us, we're ready to listen.
Good morning. This is Hossam Abdul Al with Palm Beach County Traffic Signal Systems. This is not a public comment. I was just raising my hands in case any questions needed to be further directed to us. Well, my hands are lowered now, so but if you need me, just let me know.
We'll just consider it a wave. How about that? All right, so let's bring it back to our board. Do any of our board members have any comments or questions regarding this initiative? All right, seeing none. That's it. Yep, that's okay, great. We do need to go to a vote for this, so I am looking for a motion and a second to approve amendment number 3, the TPA's Transportation Improvement Program, or what we lovingly call our TIP. Could I get a motion and a second?
Motion.
I hear, I think I heard Greg Weiss. Am I right?
I'll second that.
And then Commissioner Diaz for the second. All right, let's do a roll call vote, please, Ruth. Thanks, Andrew. And thank you, Anna, if you're still there.
Steve Wilson is absent. Yvette Drucker,
Yes.
Fran Nacklis.
Yes.
Angela Cruz,
Yes.
Rob Long,
Yes.
Chuck Shaw,
Yes.
Tim Koretsky is absent. Ronaldo Diaz,
Yes.
Joni Brinkman,
Yes.
DeAndre Poole,
Yes.
Greg Wise,
Yes.
Marcy Woodward,
Yes.
Sarah Baxter,
Yes.
Mac Bernard,
Yes.
Shirley Lanier is absent. Fred Pinto is absent. Michael Napoleon,
Yes.
Christy Fox,
Yes.
Shalonda Warren,
Yes.
Maria Marino,
Yes.
Chelsea Reed.
Yes. All right, sounds like we're unanimous. We'll move along for our information items, although we are going to be talking about our fiscal year UPWP, which is our 2-year budgeting document. So let's listen to this as well. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you. So this informational item is our 2-year budget of planning activities for the next 2 fiscal years. We'll begin operating under fiscal year 2025 come July 1st, the state fiscal year. And then with this is our first reading of this. That's why it's an informational item. We'll receive feedback from you all, public comments, and then the feds and the state are already reviewing this document. Any of those changes will be incorporated into the final version that you'll have before you for adoption next month. So the TPA is a metropolitan planning organization, right? So we are a federally mandated agency to carry out the transportation planning process for the urbanized area. Us as an MPO and the 450 of us nationwide are required by law to have a certain set of documents. Those are included on the screen. It's our Transportation Improvement Program. That's that 5-year funding of transportation projects that you just saw in this last item. It's our long-range transportation plan that looks out into the future about how we're going to plan for transportation over 20 to 25 years. We're updating that now. It's our public participation plan, which outlines how we are going to carry out that transportation planning process for the public engagement. And then today, what you're looking at is our Unified Planning Work Program. And this is our 2-year budget of planning activities. So with this 2-year budget of planning activities, it's basically our operational budget, and it's going to be covering the next 2 fiscal years. Starts July 1st, 2024. It's going to run all the way to June 30th, 2026. And within this plan, the way we operate is really on a reimbursement program, and most of the funds are federal funds. And so this document outlines what we're going to be doing in planning activities over the next 2 years. So in that, it determines what our deliverables are going to be, who's going to accomplish that. So is it going to be staff, or is it going to be consultants or others? What are the completion dates? And then how much is associated with those activities, the budget overall, and then where are the funds coming from? Once that's approved, we then have the ability to start doing those activities. And then once we accomplish those activities, we're reimbursing that with federal funds and state funds. The structure of this document is very similar to prior versions of the Unified Planning Work Program. We actually aren't changing too many of the activities. We're consolidating a few of them and streamlining it where we can. But most of the activities follow our mission and vision, and it goes from task 1 all the way down to task 9. The first 7 tasks are the ones that are more towards staff work and consultant work. And really, it's our day-to-day activities of the agency. All of these you'll see in there are mostly the federal and state reimbursements that I'll talk about in a second here. And then the last 2 tasks, task 8 is transfer to other agencies. We do have tasks that we carry out with the Florida Department of Transportation, and then also our peer MPOs, Broward and Miami-Dade. For SAFTech, Southeast Florida Transportation Council, we have a regional transportation plan. We have other coordination work, and sometimes they're the leads on those tasks, and those could be transfers between different MPOs and FDOT. And then the last task in here is completely separate from the federal and state reimbursements, and that's agency expenditures with local funds. We keep that separate so it's easier to track. Those are ones that cannot be reimbursed by federal or state funds. And again, this is a similar structure to our current plan. The activities that you see in this plan mirror pretty closely to our current UPWP. So overall, the revenue sources within the plan, as I mentioned, as a federally mandated agency, the majority of our funds are coming from our federal formula funds that are available to us to draw down. The bulk of those, when it comes to a Unified Planning Work Program for planning activities, are actually specific funds for planning activities. That includes our federal highway planning funds and our federal transit planning funds. So those make up the first 2 categories, getting closer to around $2.5 million total in that. The next one that we add to the Unified Planning Work Program are additional federal funds, which are similar. These can also be used on construction of projects, which we do have the bulk of those spent on construction. We do have funding in our plan, similar to other MPOs in our state, for some planning activities as well. And then the other ones that are not federal funds, we have smaller amounts of. The MPO, the TPA, serves as the local coordinating agency for the transportation disadvantaged. So there's state funding that we can reimburse towards administering that coordinating board and the documents associated with that. And then we have a local funding category, again, that last task in the Unified Planning Work Program, and that's a 10 cents per capita due that each member here on the board pays towards the agency, and those go towards additional items that are not federally reimbursable. And then a lot of funding categories. The last one I do want to mention, just because it is fairly unique for the state, is a soft match. So you'll see that most federal programs require a local match. Well, when it comes to the state of Florida, they have an agreement with the federal government when it comes to that match being done at the state level, using what they call toll revenue credits. So the state as a whole spends enough local funds towards the federal system that they can just match that at the state level. which is pretty unique. So when your locals are looking for federal funds through our prioritization programs, and they're, whether that's local initiatives or transportation alternatives, there's no direct local match required for that. That's all done at a soft match level at the state level. So same thing for this document, it's being matched at the state level. Each activity and task within the Unified Plan and Work Program is going to be in one of these expenditures. It could be towards personnel, which goes towards the 14 staff and potential intern. It's our consultant services. Then it's direct expenses. Those are ones that are a little bit more special when it comes to the types of deliverables there. That's more towards accounting services, legal, and human resources. There's travel and training. And then there's supplies and equipment, which would be sort of our ongoing operations and equipment needs here at the agency. That totals around $4.6 million a year. Then that other category, that last task in the Unified Plan and Work Program, is all the local funded expenditures. And so that's broken down into different categories: maximize agency effectiveness, improve public engagement, staff performance, and then a balance to reserve. So again, these are ones that aren't federally reimbursable. Examples of these could be peer exchanges, travel for certain types of travel when it comes for board members and committees and staff. It could also be, when it comes to public engagement, certain branding and public outreach that is not reimbursed at the federal government level. And so, again, these are ones overall that we can't reimburse for, and that's around $150,000 a year. So in total, we're about $4.8 million a year for these next 2 fiscal years. Timeline to adoption. This is that first review of it. Again, we're going to get feedback from public, and then the board and our committees, and then FDOT and Florida and the federal government, and then incorporate all those comments. You'll see it next month for final adoption. And then once that's adopted by you all, it's sent to the federal government and FDOT. They gave their stamp of approval, and then we can start operating under this come July 1st. Public comments on the website. It's going to be up until you all adopt the document next month.
All right, thank you. Do we have any public comments, Ruth?
No, Madam Chair.
All right, any comments, questions from our board? I like to just think of this UPWP, our 2-year budget, as the paperwork that we need in order to be approved for the grants that we provide, right? So that it's it's required. It's sort of a housekeeping thing, but we do have a couple months to look at it, chew on it, and make sure that it's perfect for the federal government and for FDOT. So I don't see any questions or comments otherwise. Okay, great. So thank you so much, Andrew. Great job today. We do have a partner agency update for sure today. We're going to invite Evan Henderson, who's the marketing manager for PalmTran, to come up and discuss the Get on the Bus challenge. I think we have a bunch of us up here who are enjoying this process.
I'm sorry, please use your mic. Thank you.
Am I on now? All right. Good morning, Madam Chair and board members. My name is Evan Henderson. I'm the interim PR senior manager for PalmTran, and I'm here to give our agency update on the Let's Get on the Bus challenge. So what is the challenge? The challenge is to invite, whether you're a resident here in Palm Beach County for over 20 years or you're new to the area, we want you to know that there are options for you to get around Palm Beach County that is accessible, convenient, and eco-friendly. And so our challenge is to do exactly that, invite people to try our transit system and see all the iconic spots that you can go in Palm Beach County. It works like this. So we have our Paradise Pass, which is our fare payment system that we use. And so we ask people to download the app, then they're going to register online, and then they ride with us. And once they ride with us, they're going to experience what it's like to be on board PalmTran, see all the places they can go. And the more you ride, the more chances you have to win some awesome prizes. And we have prizes from our sponsors, such as the Palm Beach County Zoo. Visit Palm Beach, I think, gave us some cruises, some tickets to cruises. We have some Visa gift cards from One Parking, some tickets for different parks and recreation around Palm Beach County, and our Cox Science Aquarium. And people are already winning. They're winning free Paradise Passes, free rides, and they're loving it. They're having a great time. We also are inviting our community leaders to do exactly that, to lead with action. And so we're asking our transit champions to come out and to move and mingle with us, get to experience our routes and what we have to offer, and also to use their network of influence to invite others that might not necessarily have tried transit to try it for the first time. And so the challenge is from March 1st to June 1st, and we have a bit of a leaderboard that's going on, because as I said, it's a friendly competition that we have. And so far, we have Mayor Reed, that's at our top spot for our transit champion so far. Our leaderboard hasn't been updated just yet. I'm not sure if we're able to show that. Yeah, well, I'll say it doesn't stop at the Move and Mingle Day. Exactly. It doesn't stop at the Move and Mingle Day. You're able to travel anytime you want during that challenge. But the more people you sign up and the more rides you have, the better your chances are to win that top spot. And so I know we have some familiar faces in here that are also participating in the challenge as our transit champions. Executive Director Nielsen, we have Commissioner McBernard, Commissioner Weiss, who just rode with us the other day, Marcia Andrews with the school board district. She brought out a lot of people. So I'm saying the competition is heating up a little bit. So I'm not sure who's going to end out on top, but we've had hundreds of people sign up for the challenge to participate, and over a conglomerate cumulative, over 5,000 rides have been taken through the challenge so far. And so we're looking to continue to just spread awareness about the transit options that people have in the county, and invite everyone here to hop on board PalmTran and let's get on the bus. So with that, that's our partner update. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to take them.
All right, thank you, Evan. Any comments, questions? And Mac, thank you for being the first one out. We appreciate you taking dipping your toe into moving and mingling first, so we could learn. Valerie?
Thank you, Evan, for the presentation. Just wanted to mention, if anyone wants to join me for my move and mingle date, we'll be in Wellington at the Wellington Mall on May 17th and riding to Okehele Park. But also, if any other board members want to become transit champions as part of this challenge and this initiative, do you have your cards to provide them if they want to?
Absolutely,
Okay.
yep.
Great, thank you. And thanks to our transit champions so far who have joined.
All right, great, lovely. Let's see, do we have any other partner agencies that wish to present something today?
No, Madam
Anything at all?
Chair.
Any public comments on anything else at all, Ruth?
No, Madam Chair.
Goodness, any other board member comments, questions, or otherwise? Okay, do we have any administrative items that need to be covered? Perfect. I did pass an ordinance that Fritz has to come to every meeting. So we'll see if that happens. But so yeah, and thank you again, Commissioner Woodward, for recommending the 9:30. I think everyone had a much more pleasant transition to the meeting today. So thank you for that. All right, so with that, you guys have your administrative items if you need it. Our next meeting will be on May 16th. We will be adjourned. Have a great day.